Crossroads Real Estate has been years ahead on real estate scams, posting information about it, posting warnings about scams, and developing systems to protect buyers and sellers from the relentless scams we see every single day in real estate. Well, I took my early retirement, like a lot of people that decided to, collect on their Social Security while it's still around. And with Social Security, you also get Medicare. Well, I chose my Medicare plan, and here's a little bit of bonus information. The best place to find a Medicare plan is on the official Medicare website that you can enter in and search around for the best policy that fits your needs. Anyway, I was getting these phone calls, and typically I get like 4 or 5 phone calls a day from scammers. Most of the scammers are trying to sell me real estate leads. They're businesses that really don't exist. All they want is your charge card number. But there's this, phone number that pops up, and it's a local phone number. It's a 920. It's actually, I checked it out, it's a phone number from Green Bay, and I'm down here in Sheboygan. Anyway, I answered the phone, and they identified themselves as my Medicare insurance company. Well, then they said, we want to sign you up for a free home visit. Well, I told them I don't need a home visit. And they says, well, why not? It's free. It's in your insurance. You might as well use it because it's part of your insurance plan. It's included in your insurance. He just went on and on and on with the sales pitch. And I basically said, I don't need a home visit from someone that doesn't understand economics. And she says, what do you mean? And I says, someone's got to pay for it. So why are you offering services to people that don't need it, that only increases the monthly insurance premiums I have to pay and everyone has to pay? Well, that didn't go over very well. She wasn't so I told her, no. But she kept on saying, how about if we schedule a visit for next week? How about if we schedule a visit? How about if we schedule a visit? They were just relentless in trying to set up an appointment. I said no. So eventually I hung up. Well, the next day, it's not the same phone number. It was the same phone number except the last digit changed. And I just told them, no, I already explained this to you. You're just wasting money. Put me on your no-call list. Anyway, I decided I looked up the number, did a search on the number. It doesn't show up for any business. So that was kind of suspicious. And then I decided to enter in a little search. I used the Brave browser, and it has an AI that's just fantastic. So I entered in a search that basically was asking about Medicare offering free home visits. Is it a scam? And what did I get? I should have really been expecting this, but it really surprised me on how concise the answer actually was. It says whether a Medicare home visit is a scam depends on the caller's identity and intent. Legitimate Medicare Advantage plans may offer optional free in-home health risk assessments to capture diagnosis and adjust risk scores, which can increase government payments to the insurer. Well, we've all heard the news about the scams and how these companies try collecting money from the government for this, that, and the other thing. Well, okay, so you're telling me that legitimate insurance companies are doing these same scams? Okay, scammers, however, pose as Medicare representatives to steal personal information, commit identity theft, well, of course, we're all suspecting that, or fraudulently enroll victims in hospice services. So that's how they do it with a phone call. Okay, key distinctions and red flags. Official Medicare itself never calls to sell plans or visit homes. Okay, so legitimate places don't call to sell their plans. Actually, I think that's illegal. Or visit homes, and they never ask for personal information like your Medicare number or your Social Security number. If someone claims to be from Medicare, the federal agency, it is a scam. In other words, Medicare will never call you. That's why they identified themselves as my insurance carrier. And Medicare Advantage plans. They're often criticized as upcoding tactics to increase insurer profits rather than improve care. In other words, they want you to visit your home and they say, oh, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that, and okay, so you got your deductible. They're going to chew up your deductible within minutes. You are not required to accept these visits. Then, of course, we've got the old how to protect yourself. So never give your Medicare number or your Social Security number or any banking details to any unsolicited callers or visitors. I mean, realistically, I'm kind of old time. If I'm going to see a doctor, I'm going to go to the office. Okay, I'm actually going to go on some social media sites like maybe Nextdoor and ask, hey, anyone got a recommendation for a good doctor? Okay, verify any offer by hanging up and calling the number on your official insurance card. Okay, they'll have a contact number in the back of your insurance card or 1-800-Medicare directly. Okay, here's another one. I hope you all remember because Monday I'm going to call up and report this fraud. And actually, I just got a message from one of our representatives in Wisconsin, Grossmith, and he's introducing legislation to help stop these frauds. So this should be pretty interesting, sending them an actual report of something that's happening live, real time. Okay, report it to your Medicare fraud hotline or your senior Medicare patrol. I never even knew they had a senior medical patrol. But hey, stay safe. Hope you liked it. Hope you share it. Get the word out that this scam. I mean, I had my suspicions, but it wasn't like my mind clicked and said, okay, this is a scam because I'm getting a call from the insurance company. But, maybe it's the insurance company trying to go for some extra profits by chewing up my deductibles and all this other stuff. Or maybe they're running a scam to where they're getting extra funds from the federal government. They really shouldn't be. Anyway, we got to work together to get these the cost of these monthly payments for our Medicare down. So everybody chip in and we'll get through this together.